Hello and welcome, everyone. Nice to be with you. I'm thrilled to be here with you at Contemporary Istanbul to celebrate the partnership between BMW and our vibrant art community. So this year, Borusan Contemporary, Borusan Otomotiv, BMW proudly presents the BMW i5. You know, you have all seen out there on Sunshine. The i5 Flow Toskana, honoring BMW art car number 12. It's the number 12, painted by artist Esther Malangu. We will see. Today, we'll get into the fascinating connections between automotive design and artistic expression. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and I look forward to an inspiring discussion with all of you. I'm now pleased to share the stage with Hakan Tiftik. Please, Hakan, CEO at Borusan Otomotiv, and Stella Clarke, research engineer, open innovations at the BMW Group. Oh. Stella.
Hi, Hakan.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Meeting the i5 Flow Toskana. It's quite surreal. This image of Esther Malangu sitting in her BMW with her own artwork on the dashboard with the most satisfying grin of joy on her face inspired this project. She was the first woman to have painted an art car, and she's the absolute epitome of joy and passion in what you do. And now the ability for me to take this inspiration and interpret it in a way where I show my joy and passion for technology and innovation is quite an honor.
Done.
Engineer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our
Oh,
famous artist.
personal photos coming up.
So my first question will go to Hakan.
Okay.
Hakan Tiftik. BMW has a long-standing reputation as a supporter of contemporary art, as we all see all around the world at the art fairs and different art events.
And Borusan Automotive is also known for the commitment to the arts here. How do BMW and Borusan Automotive contribute to the intersection of art and technology? And how does this collaboration help shape the future of contemporary art?
Okay. Thank you very much. Well, first of all, welcome everybody. Thank you for spending time and for us to talk. And that's Borusan Automotive. We have been always very closely connected to arts. And especially our shareholder, Borusan Automotive, and our activists, suppliers, and branch Turkey, Senate, which we have covered too. So, historically, we are highly linked to art and cultural art. So, Borusan Automotive is basically one of the biggest supporters of contemporary art cultures, especially for arts, the core of value, deploying contemporary art with people on the street, and since almost 1 year, and the company finished more than 50 years designing projects like the CFW Art Collection, and we are also being one of the biggest supporters of majors in contemporary art events like Güreli, Kentsler'de, Kore'nin Vienna, Alkose, the TEP, based on they sell and that's the idea that actually I can count it. But and this each year we see that this is feasible and more. So that's kind of our advantage from our BMW brand and promoter others was company Borusan Borusan. So 2 years ago, we had the honor of bringing or hosting just cool skills. Again, with like Otomotiv Istanbul, we also had a very nice proud with discussion with it. And he is one of the most significant contemporary artists. And he shared his vision and passion about art. And his message actually shows our commitment to integrating the artistic expression and thinking possible work. That's very important for us. And we are not just participants, but also we see ourselves also as pioneers shaping the future of modernity and creativity. And our holistic art, technology and sustainability as reflected with the Flow Toskana in our projects that we do also together with Sanatseverlerle. And we'll always prioritize supporting
the artists and innovative thinkers. Sometimes it's providing an opportunity for emerging Turkish artists, and sometimes it's kind of bringing very acclaimed work to Turkey.
Actually, we feel lucky that we're partnering with BMW Borusan because Borusan, everybody knows that has a very strong collection, digital arts and all sorts of old photography and everything. So it's a very good advantage for an art fair actually dealing with such a company.
Thank you.
Well, second question will be, Hakan, this year you showcased the BMW i5 Flow Toskana at Contemporary Istanbul, 19th edition. A vehicle that combines cutting-edge e-link technology with a design inspired by cultural heritage. How does this innovative car represent in the content of your commitment to art and creativity? The question is.
Well, I'm not going to tell too much things about this because Stella is going to tell much more. She's done it. So the BMW i5 Flow Toskana, as you said, represents the BMW's commitment to combining, merging, bringing together, let's say, art, technology, and the cultural heritage, and in a very, very innovative way. So it's a tribute to BMW art car number 12, as you said, which was painted by Ester Malangu in 1991, and in our eyes, it symbolizes the seamless integration of the modernity and tradition. So that's all I can say about it.
Thank you. So Stella, welcome again.
Thank you.
Have you been in before in Istanbul?
First time, first day.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
What an honor for us.
Honor for me to be here.
The BMW i5 Flow Toskana represents a unique fusion of cultural heritage and modern technology, as described by Hakan. Could you elaborate on how you integrated Ester Malangu's traditional Nidebele,
very good. Art.
art with cutting-edge e-link technology?
Yeah, e-ink technology. Yeah, well, thank you so much for hosting us, and thank you for supporting technology and culture. This project, if you haven't seen it yet, it's downstairs. There's a car outside. It's an i5 that has color-changing panels on the exterior. It's a world's first. We're very proud of it, and it is a fusing of innovation and cultural heritage. And this is deeply personal to me because the idea of bringing color change to a car started with an idea in my head about 7 years ago, and I was highly inspired by Ester Malangu, the South African artist. And over years, the idea was pitched. I mean, we all know how it is to have an idea and to try to fight for it. It often needs a lot of diligence and a lot of hard work, and it was no exception here. And to think back then, she inspired me when I had nothing. And now we're making progress, and we even have a car that we made together with her. It's quite surreal. So it means a lot to me personally. But perhaps on a more deeper level, we're very proud to have combined traditional culture of Nobel with precise engineering and keeping the culture relevant. So this car was very, very difficult to make. So it looks like colors changing, but there were many, many technical hurdles on the way. And so our goal is to bring innovation, to bring joy to our customers, but we don't want to overshadow the art. That should be at the forefront here. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, the vehicle not only changes colors,
Yeah.
but also features a custom soundscape.
Yeah.
Interesting. Can you share how the sound, inspired by Malangu's environment
Yeah.
and the BMW i5, complements to virtual experience?
Yeah. Yeah.
Very interesting.
It is interesting, and it's always a wonderful thing when you combine senses. When you press a button, you hear a click. It's always wonderful. And this is no exception. So we've made a choreography together with Renzo Vitale, who's the BMW sound designer, and he created a special music and sound for our car. So we have a choreography. It's about 1.5 minutes, and in this very special piece of music, he has respected the artist herself. There are elements of her voice in there. There's elements of the brush sounds when she paints in there. So on the one side, we're respecting her as an artist, and on the other side, we're respecting us, BMW, and there's also BMW sounds that have been incorporated in there. So it's also a mixture of traditional and new, of heritage and innovation.
So if I understand correct, when you start the engine, you start hearing this sound? Huh?
That too. So there are sounds that are optimized for such use cases. In this case, it really was a special, almost a music that was just for this car. And actually, you don't have to drive to appreciate this. This is something that you can just look at the car, listen to the music, and enjoy how the music complements the visual choreography.
Understand.
Well, I mean, it could have been fun also to
That
have
could
it
have been
in
fun, yeah, exactly,
other
yeah.
models, huh?
That is a
While
good idea.
driving, yeah?
That is a good idea. I like that idea, yes. A sporty sound when the car goes red or something. Yeah.
NOSTOKANA sound.
NOSTOKANA sound, exactly. It's a special mode.
So this car, the BMW i5 Flow Nostokana, is more than just a car. It's a statement about how we can blend art, technology, and sustainability to create something truly unique.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does the project set as a precedent for future innovations in the automotive and art industries?
Well, I think it shows a wonderful platform of how art and innovation can work together. And I think using Esther Malangu and her art as a basis, technology helps preserve the art. It helps keep it relevant. And, you know, this art went all the way back hundreds of years, not thousands, where it was tradition for the Nobel women to paint houses in natural materials. The colors were muted and natural. And then came along acrylics, and they used this innovation to make it colorful. And then came along canvas, and they put the art onto the canvas. And now we're coming along with color change. And by keeping up with the technology, we're helping to keep the heritage relevant as well. And I think this is a wonderful way where technology can help not to forget heritage, but to help remember it. Yeah.
Wonderful. With the success of the BMW i5,
Yeah.
Flow Toskana, do you foresee further explorations
Yeah.
and to combining art and technology in future BMW projects?
Yeah.
And how might this collaboration pave the way for new innovations? What is the future?
The future is a strong collaboration between art world and tech world. And if you would ask an average engineer, I don't think the association with art is necessarily clear, but it's there. If you are an engineer or a designer in early research, you have to come up with new ideas. You have to innovate to remain relevant, to change things, to remain in front. And with art, it's the same. I feel everywhere you walk here, there's communications from artists that are trying to challenge things and to show things and push the boundary a little bit more. And I think that is a common denominator. We all want to push the boundary. And I think artists often do it with less rules than we do. We're bounded by maths and mechanics and physics. But they are, I think, on another level in terms of creativity and breaking the boundary. So I think if we work together, we can have a wonderful optimization and both kind of disrupt the world and bring in new ideas.
When are we going to see a Turkish artist involved in these projects?
I would love to do this, absolutely. Because look at the heritage that's right here. You don't need to talk. You just have to look at exactly. That would be a wonderful idea. I would love to do that. Yeah.
Okay, Hakan. Hakan.
Yeah, sure.
How does Borusan Otomotiv, a long-term partnership with Contemporary Istanbul, and CI Bloom, in April we lived, reflects its role in the art sector?
Well, our long-standing partnership with Contemporary Istanbul and CI Bloom clearly shows our commitment to nurturing contemporary art in Turkey. And for the very beginning, actually, we have been very much highly dedicated supporters of these two platforms, which later on became a key cultural event also for local and international artists. Mm-hmm. You said at the beginning that you're very happy to have the support of BMW as the supporter of these platforms. We are also very much happy to be together with Contemporary Istanbul and CI Bloom, I must say that.
We are partners.
We are partners, exactly. And through this partnership, we were able to introduce innovative projects. You may remember the last year, we have the launch of i5, the first time, with the electric AI canvas installation, which was right after being presented in Art Basel and Free Seoul. It came to Turkey, and it was also a very nice project. And it was the launch of the i5, all new i5, first time in Turkey. And furthermore, we have done many projects with Turkish artists. You can use some of these Turkish artists in your project also. Like Can Büyükberber, you may remember, yes, who created the monolith installation for CI Bloom that was inspired from BMW iX. That was the first digital art that we presented, as far as I remember, in the Contemporary Istanbul and CI Blooms. And then we collaborated with Art On Istanbul and artist Kerem Giriş to present the Dream Away. That was a work, influence and the vision from the old electric iX1 at that time. That was also the launch of iX1, and that symbolizes the bridge between the nature and urban life. And these projects reflect our broader vision to bridge art, technology, and sustainability. We are always trying to bring those three pieces together.
Wonderful.
And at the same time, we also provide opportunities for the emerging young Turkish artists to find a place for themselves in the global environment. maybe Stella will take one of them next time.
I would love to. That is a great idea. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, again, Hakan, as the CEO of Borusan Otomotiv, what aspects... Ses var mı?
Var ses.
Ah. What aspects of this year's art fair are you most looking forward to? And how do you see the intersection of art and automotive innovation influencing the future of both fields?
Well, I am not an expert on art, I must say that.
You are
But-
becoming.
Well, I mean, I have a very, very long way, I must say. But I appreciate a lot the creativity and vision that both art and the automotive design requires. Both of them requires very similar to each other. You know, always this creativity and vision. You're always creating something also for the future. So this year, particularly, I'm looking forward to engage with the innovative ideas, of the artists here that emerges from this fair. I believe the intersection of art and automotive innovation is very crucial. Some of when you look historically, most of the automotive innovations came also from art, inspired by art. That's very, very, very important because art always inspires people to think out of the box, to think differently, to think out of the standards. So this year I'm again excited to see how the artists and the designers we have here interpreted the themes about the sustainability and technology. Both subjects, sustainability and technology, is very, very important for our future, for the future of the automotive industry.
I see.
It's going, if you look to the path of the automotive industry is passing through at the moment, through the future, it's sustainability, first of all, and the technology. That if you can combine them together with innovative ideas, you can have a much better way for the future, we believe.
Very clear. Thank you. So, Stella, as a key player in your field, what elements of this year's art fair excite you the most?
Well, first, please.
Additionally, how do you envision the relationship between art and automotive innovative shaping the future of both industries?
Yeah, first of all, I really like that answer, and I really like how you started off with, I'm new to art, I don't know art, because I think a lot of us have that feeling, right? That it's somewhere up here, but I love what Hans Ulrich Obrist always says, the curator, so art is for everybody. So I really enjoy that you have the same feeling as I do. And I'm looking forward to seeing, there's a huge exhibition called The Yard, and there are abstract sculptures of animals in this yard, partially showing animals in kind of unusual representations. And I quite like that idea because something like an animal is something very basic, and it kind of shows that with art you can even challenge the basics. You know, I feel we've done that with color. We've kind of challenged the basics or what's expected, and so I'm looking forward to seeing that. And yes, I think together both artists and engineers will work together to create disruptive ideas, new ideas, and these new ideas will collect over time. Some of them will go on to, not all of them, but some of them will go on to change the world and to turn into things that become normal to us in the future. And I think that is a wonderful thing that art contributes. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Stella. Thank you, Hakan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Actually, we're almost done. The time is up. I don't know if there are any questions we can receive. But next year, we're going to celebrate our 20th anniversary.
Oh,
So we want to have a great show at BMW, Borusan Otomotiv.
nice.
So already looking for the future and 20th anniversary. We're so enthusiastic.
Yeah,
Hope to be together. And,
Same, yeah.
Don't make it your second visit to Istanbul. Come again.
yeah, exactly. That alone is motivation. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
No questions. All right.
No questions. Yeah.
No questions, I see.
No questions.
Look,
Oh, here we
there is
go.
one.
There is one.
Oh.
Please introduce yourself.
Yes, of course. My name is Ozan Öğretmenoğlu. I am motoring journalist normally, and they already know each other's from motoring contents and events. But this platform is sweet escape for me because I am loving talking about the cars like out of the box. And my questions about the AI technology, because as already know, you are the mastermind of that technology in the BMW. When we see this technology, our followers asking us, is that possible to buy a car changing colors? And I want to ask you too, actually, is that possible to bring that mass production technology, or just
Yeah.
we'll see the concept part?
Well, this project has always started off with optimism. We were told at the very beginning that's not possible, and we made it. And the truth is, we're still in the phase where we're saying it's possible. Let's make it like for one off. And they've all been one off, but there is no reason for this not to become a consumer car. And I don't want to downplay any other technologies, but and I absolutely love, the projection on the side of the car. But you can't have that in traffic, right? Because you need a projector on the side of the car. Whereas what we're showing here, you can't tell me anything. Well, challenge me to tell me why this can't go to mass production, and I'll have an answer for you. But the truth is, it is a little more complex than that, and we need to take care of robustness issues. It's mostly temperature issues and also stone chip issues. We get a lot of comments like, what happens? Oh, the repair costs are going to be huge, and I understand the question, the statement, but that's just a challenge for us engineers. It means we have to protect it, and we have ways to do that. So I'm dancing around the answer, but I definitely see it's possible, and it would be a bit too risky to name you a number, but I don't think it's going to be too long. Yeah.
It's really good to hear that, and
Yeah.
really good to see here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other question?
A related question.
Okay,
related
please.
question would be, whenever I talk to anybody about this color changing cars, then the question is, what are we going to do right on the registration papers? Ruhsata ne yazacağız? So
Yeah.
this is also a challenge, huh?
It's also a challenge, but I mean, come on, it's a one line in a piece of paper. You can
Yeah.
put something else in there, put a number or something, right? I think this, you can't hinder innovation because of something like that, right? You have to change. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
I think we're done.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much
Thank you.
for
Have a nice
giving
day.
your time to us.
Enjoy the fair.